Hello, good day everyone. This is Teacher Jerry again for English with Jerry Java. This day we'll have for our special program in journalism or campus journalism, we'll be talking about editorial writing, the technical guides, what to write in your lead, in your first paragraph, second, third, until your last paragraph, and how to write your title of your editorial. What to write the first paragraph of your editorial? Write at least 3 sentences. Your first paragraph or your lead of your editorial should have at least 3 sentences. This includes the news peg. What is a news peg? It is a news story that forms the basis or background of your opinion or justification. It's the source or background of your issue, of your concern, of the problem. You put there the problem, the news peg. The news peg could be written at the first or second sentence. The other 2 sentences should be an opinion about the news peg. So in your first paragraph, you should have the news peg, which is the background or yeah, the background of the issue, plus your opinion. This opinion includes your reaction plus your position. So newspeg, reaction. Newspeg plus your reaction or your stand of the issue. What is your position? What is your reaction? Here we have an example here. While the government scrambles to contain the deadly coronavirus despite imposing a strict nationwide lockdowns at the onset of the pandemic and time-to-time closing of the country's borders, the escalating issue regarding the decision of the current administration to choose a less effective and more expensive vaccine coming from China becomes a major headache for most Filipino, which the government continues to ignore. It is truly disappointing that the negligence and incompetence of most of the higher public officials continue to become a normal in the Philippines political setting. And that is more burdensome knowing how immense the effect would be once this Sinovac vaccine, which is reported by several countries to have only 50% efficacy rate, proves to be ineffective. So in your first paragraph, in your introduction, in your lead, you write there, you give the readers the background of the problem, of the issue, so that you have there the news peg, the escalating issue regarding the decision of the current administration to choose a less effective and more expensive vaccine coming from China. This is the issue about the Philippine government choosing Sinovac when in fact there are more effective and even cheaper vaccines, but our country chose China. That's the vaccines coming from China. So there, and then you have your news peg, and you also have your reaction plus your stand. What's your reaction here? They said there, it is truly disappointing. So you are disappointed of the decision of the Philippine government. What's next? Now, in your second paragraph, you're going to write at least 3 to 4 sentences. You're going to write your strong evidence from the news peg. Then add your opinions based on that evidence. So you are going to write your evidences now, your proof that will back up your claim, your stand. That will support your ideas. So you're going to back it up with your evidences such as your the survey, from your sources, authorities, okay, survey, what else, statistics, numbers, people, you name names. Then of course you also add your opinions, because editorial is like 75% opinion and 25% facts. Okay, it couldn't be all everything is facts and you do not give your opinion, and it couldn't be that everything is opinion without facts, because facts or evidences will really add up to your credibility, being credibility or being trusted. Okay. Evidence is really very important in editorial because that's a proof. That's one way of convincing people to really believe your claim, to really believe you, to really believe your stance. Example here. Recently, Brazil, which was badly hit by this virus, found that China's Sinovac was only 50.4% effective based on their clinical trials conducted by the researchers, comparing to Pfizer's and Moderna's 95% efficacy and Oxford's 70%. Sinovac vaccine creates more speculations and anxiety rather than satisfaction and cure. And these are signs of how people become suspicious of the said vaccine, not only because of its low percent efficacy, but the failure of assuring the people of any further complications. Instead of alleviating the pain caused by the infections of COVID-19, it will just worsen the mental and psychological imbalance on them and of the people who feared that something might happen to them when this vaccine is injected to their body. So you have there, you compare the efficacy rate from of these vaccines from other countries also, and he also added that these might cause more psychological imbalance, stress, anxiety, depression to the people because we might not know what will happen to us if we get injected by this Sinovac vaccine, knowing the fact that it's expensive, plus it's also less effective, only 50% compared to the other vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna, which are 70%, 95%. So you have your numbers, you have your percentages, you have the surveys, you have your researches, studies. Okay, that one in yellow, that's your evidence. And that one in white, this is your opinion. Now, in your third paragraph, you are going to write at least 3 to 4 sentences also. And then you're going to add more opinions, but with evidences. Of course, opinion, but back it up, support it with evidences. You can't just go around, talk around, uh, telling people about this, about that, without a support. You have to support it so that people will believe you. So it's opinion, but with proof or evidence. Example here, moreover, so you notice the use of moreover. So you actually add it up. You use transitional devices to connect, to thread your paragraphs. Moreover, with the kind of decision making this current government is showing, it is fair to say that turning down Sinovac will be a much better choice, and hope that soon leaders would figure out why the people decline to not be vaccinated. Earlier, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said in his press briefing that people should not be choosy of the vaccine. However, he overlooked the clear message that it is not about being picky, but the fact that the government could have chosen something better when all the details regarding the vaccines are well spread all over social media and many health agencies like WHO or the World Health Organization in particular. So you added more opinion, and more data. There, you have more opinion and then add more evidence or proof. Now, in your fourth paragraph, you're going to write at least 3 to 4 sentences again. You may contradict, you may give the opposite side of your previous opinions by citing some facts or reasons, but quickly revert to your original stand. You may also give the other side, the opposing side. If you are for yes, you give the side of the no's. If you are for no, you give the side of the yes. You give their best claim, their best stand, their strongest point, but you also rebut this. Okay, you also uh, scale down their issue, their claim. You contradict. You may contradict your own idea, but of course, go back to your original stand because this will also add more credibility to your editorial. Here, example of a contradiction. Nevertheless, the deal on the procurement of Sinovac vaccine was already approved, and in few weeks, the people have to decide if they have a choice whether to accept or reject the vaccine offered by the government. As Rocky said, the Filipinos should just be thankful and stop complaining. But the mere fact that this vaccine could pose more danger in our health is quite disturbing. Not to mention the domino effect of the vaccine failure where people became hesitant of taking any vaccine because of its controversy. So you give a contradiction of your idea, but you also reverted, you also went back to your original stand, and you even added more. You compare this to Dingvaksha, that one about dengue, that people were already scared and hesitant. Now, in your fifth paragraph, again at least 3 to 4 sentences, discuss the original stand here, but mention your more strong evidences, your strongest point, and stronger data. We have an example here. Furthermore, what makes it more troubling is the fact that Sinovac's price here, that it is so expensive. It's quite expensive compared to other companies offering the same COVID-19 vaccine. Considering how the Philippine economy suffered because of the closure of most businesses due to lockdowns, it is highly impractical for the government to choose a vaccine that would cost more, but the effect is unsure. To note, Sinovac would cost a total amount of 3,629 pesos for 2 doses compared to AstraZeneca's 610 pesos only and Pfizer's 2,379 pesos. The answer to the people's resentment is pretty obvious from the figures itself, and is so frustrating that the government could not see the glaring difference, the efficacy and market price. Here you gave more of your stronger points, and of course backed up by facts or evidences. The prices. Now, in your last paragraph, in your conclusion, at least 3 to 4 sentences, you write your suggestions, your answers, your solutions, recommendations, call for action here on how to deal with the issue. You cannot go blabbing, you cannot go and uh, shout about anything, murmur about something without giving your own solution. Okay? You have to give your suggestions how the government will do it, will answer this issue. So, and also try to be very specific of your suggestions or your answers. Like, what do you want the government to do? What do you want this agency or this department or this bureau to do? What do you want students to do? What do you want DepEd to do? What do you want the parents, the communities, the LGUs to do? Okay, and how they will do or go about it. So solutions. If you saw a problem, you should be also be the first one to think of the solution. Example. Hence, the country needs a solution that does not compromise the national budget, especially in these trying times where financial support is much needed to recover from the economic downfall. The huge amount of money that would and could have been saved out of procuring the Sinovac vaccine is tantamount or equal to trust. And if the government could find a better way to solve the easiest puzzle, this this strong word could be given back to them. That is about trust. All these leaders should do is to think practically, coming from their heart and mind, not from surge of emotions. So you gave there a something for the government to think about, that they should be deciding correctly, properly. Now, here are more important reminders. One, use a third person only. Do not use I, me, my, mine. Or in Filipino, ako, akin. Sa palagay ko, sa tingin ko, naniniwala ako, that's wrong. You cannot do that, okay? Use third person only. You can use us, ours, we, uh, or tayo, atin, natin. If you are going to use pronouns, or better yet, avoid using them, okay? Do not include yourself in you that one so that you can add more. This will make you even more credible. Two, do not use first and second person like I, me, mine, or you, or kami, ikaw, ako, akin, okay? Ko, do not use that. It's a no-no. If judges will see this in your editorial, automatically you'd be out. Three, do not use words that are not sure of its consequences. Example, maybe, you are not sure. So you have to use your own. You have to be very brave and you have to take a stand. Okay? Do not be maybe, do not be unsure. Maybe, perhaps, probably, baka, raw, daw, di umano. So you have to be sure. Kailangan sigurado ka talaga. Four, focus on giving opinions rather than giving information. This is what I said, 75% opinion and 25% facts or information or data. Always support your opinions with facts or evidences. If you say something, back it up. You cannot just go around and tell that this somebody is a thief or this somebody stole my money without supporting it with facts. Like facts example like CCTV or somebody saw him or her or footprints, okay, or logbook like that. So you have to have facts to support your claim. Six, use transitional devices. This is what I said. You can use furthermore, moreover, hence, subalit, sa kabilang dako, in addition to, and many more. Because these transitional devices will thread, will connect your paragraphs or your sentences. Now, how do you write your title? One, maximum of 4 words. 4 words only. Avoid a sentence-like structure for your title. So your title should not be like a sentence, okay? And of course, no period, no quotation marks in your title, okay? Your title should already give an opinion, particularly on your stand. Your title should also be brave, already be brave, because it will have to have your stand. What do you want to do? What do you want to shout, okay? Example here, betrayed trust. So it's just 2 words, 2 powerful words, betrayed trust. 2. The Sarah Slay. Case closed. Gahaman sa posisyon. Dale sa public trial. Yan, these are examples. This is an example in Filipino for about FOI or Freedom of Information. FOI, kontrapelo ng bantay sa lakay. Walang dapat na ipangamba kung malinis ang konsensya. Ito ang punto ng pagkakapasa ng Freedom of Information Law o Executive Order ng FOI Law na pinirmahan kamakailan ni Pangulong Duterte at siyang sumasaklaw sa tema ng pampaaralang pamamahayag ngayong taon ayon sa DepEd Memorandum para sa pagsasagawa ng malawakang campus journalism contests. Totoong banta ito sa mga tiwaling opisyal o sinumang tao sa isang organisasyon lalo na kung may itinatagong kabulastugan. This is about FOI, Freedom of Information. Yan. Nilalaman ng naturang bill ang pagpapakita ng transparency sa anumang transaksyon kaya naman walang kawala ang sinumang magtatangka na magsinungaling at magpakabihasa sa korupsyon. Magsisilbing matibay na ebidensya ito ng media, higit lalo ng campus journalism na maisiwalat ang anumang anomalyang nangyayari sa bawat kinabibilangang institusyon maging sa kanilang sariling mga paaralan. Sa tulong ng FOI ay makikita kung saan iginugugol ng administrasyon ang budget buwan-buwan katulad ng mga pondong ibinibigay ng gobyerno, ang MOOE para sa mga pampublikong paaralan, Ang liquidation report ay magsisilbing ebidensya ng katiwalian lalo na kapag malabo ang pagkakalahad ng mga pinagkagastusan. Sa kabilang dako, magsisimula naman ito ng hidwaan sa pagitan ng kinauukulan at ng mga mamamahayag sapagkat bawat galaw ay magiging gwardyado ng batas. Madudulot ito ng hindi magandang kalidad ng serbisyo dahil sa conflict na lilitaw lalo na kapag napatunayan talagang may nangyayaring anomalya ang sinumang mamamahayag na nagbabantay dito. Ngunit tatandaan na higit na malaki ang pakinabang ng FOI na ito upang bantayan ang bawat galaw ng mga opisyal ng paaralan o ng isang organisasyon lalo na sa tuwing may mga perang sangkot. Bagamat posible nga ang bangayan, ngunit hindi ba't mas magandang isipin na sa tulong ng batas na ito ay mapuputol na ang anumang katiwalian sa isang organisasyon at mas marami pa ang makikinabang sapagkat tiyak na ang bawat budget ay mapupunta sa tamang paglalagyan. Ayon pa dito, anumang impormasyong hihingiin ng sinumang individual ay kailangang maibigay sa kanya at hindi pwedeng ipagkait maliban na lamang kung ito ay makakaapekto sa pambansang seguridad. At sa tulong ng FOI, walang magagawa ang kinauukulan kahit na ang administrasyon sa paaralan na ibigay ang mga datos sa hihingiin ng isang mamamahayag, lalo na kung ang layunin niya ay para sa kapakanan ng mga kapwa mag-aaral. Sa makatwid, nagiging banta lamang ang FOI sa isang taong ang tanging alam ay mandaya. Kaya naman mas mabuti na sa bawat aksyong isasagawa ay pag-isipan ito sapagkat maliban sa media at sa pampaaralang pahayagan ay maraming nakabantay. Kaya imbes na bantayan ang sariling kahibangan, lalo na sa usapin sa pera, ay mas maganda na ipaubaya na lamang sa may malinis na konsensya ang anumang transaksyon sapagkat sa FOI bill, hindi kayo tatantanan. That's it everything. So sa maraming salamat. Thank you. So please to those who did not who weren't able to subscribe to my channel yet, English with Jerry Java in YouTube, please do. Thank you. Don't forget LSS, like, share, subscribe. Bye bye bye.